guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're going to be getting into this hair and makeup look. We're doing a little get ready with me. I wanted to take some pictures for Instagram, so I thought I'd throw on a super cute wig and do my makeup and everything. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this look. This video is sponsored by Sunber Hair Company. Thank you so much to them for sending over this really cute curly wig that we're going to be styling today. Along with the wig, they sent over some super cute accessories, and yeah, we're going to be getting into this hair first because I always do hair first then makeup. So I'm just going to start getting ready to install this wig. I'm not going to be doing the bald cap method today because ain't nobody got time for that today. I just wanted to go ahead and throw this wig on, and the lace color was already pretty close to my skin tone anyways, so I didn't really feel the need to like do the bald cap method and all the other stuff. So I'm just going to start installing this wig and securing this lace down. I'm using the Got2b Insta Hold hairspray to secure it. I'm going to just kind of work in little sections and spray that hairspray along the hairline, and then use my blow dryer on a cool setting to dry it all the way down to get this lace nice and laid. And the hair that I'm wearing is the Peruvian deep curly lace wig. This wig did already come pre-plucked as well, so I didn't have to do like much plucking at all. The only portion that I did like pluck was the widow's peak area, but I literally have to do that with every single lace wig that I get because that part never matches like my natural hairline. It always comes like a little bit more forward than my natural hairline, so I was perfectly okay with that. But I didn't do any other plucking with this wig. It was like perfect. So now that our lace is all laid, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting away all the excess lace that we have there. I'm using a little razor so that way I get more of like a jagged line and the lace blends in a lot more seamlessly. And then from there, I'm going to add my edges. I'm going to pull a few pieces from the hairline and start pressing that hair in the opposite direction using my hot comb to make it a lot easier to like style the edges and everything. Once I have my hair parted, I'll use the razor again to trim that hair down. So our edges are trimmed. I'm going to start styling them now. I'm not really doing too much with this wig as far as like styling is concerned. I'm just going to leave like the curls kind of like out and flowing and everything. So because of that, I definitely wanted to style my edges today and make them like nice and cute. So I'm using the Kiss Times Sweetie Edge Fixer to style these edges, and I'm loving the way that these edge controls smell. They smell so good. Sweetie came out with I think 4 different like scents with Kiss, and I'm just loving them all. Like the formula is really good. They work really well on the edges. So I'm just going to be doing a few swoops here and there using my little edge brush. I also have my razor next to me, so any like hair that's still a little too long, I can trim that down as I'm going along. So the edges are done, looking cute. So I'm going to go ahead and add some water next to start defining these curls. And then to finish up the hair, I'm gonna go in with my Cream of Nature Curl Quenching Mousse and just add that to those curls as well. And this is the reason why I absolutely love curly wigs. They're like my favorite wigs to wear. Don't get me wrong, I love a straight wig, but if it's between like straight and curly, I'm definitely like all for curly hair because it's just so easy. Like literally it's water, it's some mousse, and that's it. You're done. You're out the door. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this hair, guys. I'm gonna leave all the information for this wig down below in the description box. So if you're interested in checking it out, just go ahead and double check there. And yeah, all the information will be down below. So now that we're all done with the hair, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I got this makeup look. So I'm actually going to be working backwards for my makeup look today. I wanted to try something new, like a different technique, to kind of switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to be doing skin first and then eyes, and then I'll go into like brows and lips and everything. So I already prepped my lips using the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump Lip Plumper. I love using this product as like a first step before everything because it'll just have my lips nice and like moisturized and plump before I go in with like all of my lip products. Then right after that, I went in with my moisturizer. I used the Milk Makeup Vegan Milk Moisturizer, and then to prime, I'm using 2 primers. I'm using the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer on all the areas where I'm a little bit more dry to normal, so like the cheeks, the chin, and then for all of my oilier areas, I'm using the Farsali liquid powder. So I'll place that onto the forehead, the nose, and like the very inside of the cheeks where I have like my pores. And then moving on to foundation, I'm going to use the Kiss Cover and Care BB Matte Foundation. It says it's a BB cream, but this acts like a foundation, guys. Like it's super full coverage. It definitely has a matte finish. I've been really liking this. I've been mixing 2 colors together. I've got Toffee and Cappuccino, and I'm just going to apply that using a brush and just make sure to blend that in really well. I'm then going to add some concealer. This is the Makeup Forever Matte Skin Velvet Concealer, I think it is. And I'm using the shade 5.3. This one's kind of closer to my skin tone, but it's very, very warm. It has like a very kind of like orangey undertone. So I'm going to use it as like somewhat of like a color corrector and apply that on all the areas where I have a little bit of like gray and like darkness. So mostly just like around the mouth, and just blend that in using the same brush that I blended in my foundation with. Then using the same concealer, just a different shade. I think this is 4.5 if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to add that onto all the areas that I want to brighten. So the under eyes, the forehead, a little bit on the chin, the sides of the nose, as well as the cupid's bow and the sides of the mouth. And again, just blending in with a brush and just making sure that's like really well blended into the foundation. And then for my second concealer, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This one's much lighter than my last one and has more of like a golden undertone. So it's going to work really great to just brighten the areas that I really want to brighten. So like the inner portion of the under eye and like the bridge of the nose. I'm not adding this as far like outwards as my last concealer because I don't need like that brightness to be all across the under eye. I just kind of want to concentrate it on the inner portion of the under eye. Then I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion. I think this is the Flawless Fusion foundation. I'll make sure to put it down below in the description box. But this is a Laura Mercier foundation, and I'm going to use this as my bronzer slash like contour for today. So you guys know I usually use like the Black Opal stick foundation to do like my cream contouring. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing with this product. I'm just using a liquid foundation instead of a stick foundation. I love this technique of using like a liquid foundation instead of a stick foundation for like my cream contour. I think next time I'll just use a different shade. I feel like I want to go with more of like a cooler undertone, you know, next time, because this is really, really warm. I love the look because it has like this, you know, super bronze, like warm, you know, kind of look, but I think next time I'll probably go with like a cooler undertone. So next I'm going to add my cream blush. I'm using the Rituel de Fille Color Nectar Pigment Balm in shades Snapdragon and Wasp. Snapdragon is more of like a red orange type of color and Wasp is the yellow one. So I decided to like mix those two together to kind of get more of like an orangey shade for my blush. So I'm going to apply that using a brush and just make sure to blend it in really well with that liquid foundation that we use for our bronzer. And that's our last like cream slash liquid product. So I'm going to start setting everything with powders now. I'm using the original Laura Mercier translucent powder and my powder puff. I'm just going to make sure to set the entire face with that. Then to bring some color back into the skin, I'm going to use a little tiny bit of Makeup Forever's Matte Velvet Skin Powder Foundation in the shade Y535. I'm then going to start baking using the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder again, but this one is in the shade Honey, so it has a much like yellower, is that even a word? Oh my gosh. It has a more yellow undertone to it, so it's perfect for baking. I'm going to use this to bake underneath the eyes, the sides of the nose, as well as the sides of the mouth. Then I'm going to add my powder bronzer, and for that I'm using the Ace Beauty Bronze in Paradise palette. It has 4 different bronzers in this palette, but I'm going to be using a mixture of the 2 darker shades. And I'm pretty much just adding that right on top of my cream contour, my liquid contour. Like I said, I think next time I'm probably going to use a cream contour or like a foundation that's a little bit on the cooler tone side, because once I added like my bronzer, I felt like the skin was a little too red, just like slightly too red. I don't mind like a super warm bronzer, like that's like totally like my lane and everything, but I think today was just like a tad too red. I think with a cooler toned foundation, like it'll look perfect. But I'm going to pause right here with the skin and move on to eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes first using the Be Perfect Perfect Prime Eyeshadow Priming Base. My gosh, that's a long title. So I'm gonna add that first to the eyes and just blend that in using a brush, and then from there I'll go in with my eyeshadows. The palette that I'm going to be working with mostly today is the Melt Cosmetics 420 palette, and I like this palette because it has like some greens in there. There's some super warm like neutral colors. I don't know, this palette is kind of like, it's very like interesting to me because it's like the colors seem, I don't know how to describe it, but I really like this palette. I like the tones in this palette. So yeah, I'm going to be using that for a majority of the shades that I'm going for this look. And so first I'm going to go in with the darkest brown shade and just add that to the crease. I'm using a really small like blending brush to get that into the crease and just make sure to pack the color in really well so it's super saturated. And then I'll go in with my second crease color, which is like the second darkest brown in there, and I'm gonna start adding that onto the crease as well using another small little fluffy brush. Then taking that really bright yellow shade, it looks brighter in the palette than it actually like applied on. But yeah, I'm gonna use that to blend out the edges of our second transition color. And I'm taking a really large fluffy brush to apply this so I get that really smooth blend. Then going back into my primer, I'm gonna cut the crease. I haven't done a cut crease look in so long. Oh my gosh. I'm like fiending to get back into like these cut crease, like colorful looks and everything. I think after this like makeup tutorial, I'm probably gonna start getting more back into like colorful, like, you know, creative looks and everything like that, like I used to do, because I'm just like kind of fiending for it now. Anyways, yeah, I did a cut crease using my Be Perfect primer, and then I went ahead and added my lid shade. I used a mixture of the two lightest colors from the Melt Cosmetics Rust palette to get like more of like a peachier type of tone, and I added that onto the lid, and now I'm just pretty much going in with all of those colors that I use on the crease. Well, not all of them, just like the two darkest ones, like the two browns, and I'm going to add that to the outer corner of the eye, and also I'm going to use those shades to kind of create like a smoky lash line. I'm so sorry guys that I didn't, you know, use my other lens to get a close-up look on the eye look today. I totally forgot, like while I was filming. I think I was like super like zoned in, you know, on the look, so I didn't even think to like switch lenses as I was filming, so sorry about that. But yeah, moving along, I have my smoky liner there, and I'm gonna add some pencil liner. This one's from Makeup Forever, just to like do some extra defining, make it a little bit darker. I used a brown one to kind of keep it nice and soft because I felt like black would have been like a little too harsh. I wanted to kind of keep the eyes like still like softer to some extent, so I tried to use like more brown shades versus using like black and stuff. But after that liner, I'm pretty much just going to add my mascara and lashes. I used the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I did a couple of coats of that onto the top lashes, and then I'll add my false lashes on top. These are the CrvstalLashes in the style Mary Jane. There's a lot of cannabis involved products in this tutorial, I'm starting to realize. I definitely didn't do that on purpose. I totally just realized that, like, as I'm like, you know, saying everything out loud, I'm like, dang. We have the 420 palette, we have the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, then we have the CrvstalLashes in the style Mary Jane. Like, dang, my gosh, there's a lot of like marijuana inspired stuff in this tutorial. But anyways, I am gonna go ahead and move back to the eyes after I do like my second bake. It's so crazy how I went from not baking at all to doing like 2 bakes in my routine. Wild. Only me. So after I lay down like my second round of baking, I'm gonna go back into the eyes. I did a little bit of a green liner onto the lower lash line as like a base for my green eyeshadow. I pretty much applied the liner and just kind of smoked it out using that green eyeshadow from the Melt Cosmetics palette. And then for the waterline, I definitely wanted to use like a beige type color, so I'm using the BH Cosmetics Power Pencil in the shade beige. Going in with that Milk Makeup mascara again, and I'm just going to add that to the lower lashes, and then right after I'll add my little, you know, individual lashes from Ardell, because you guys know I love those. I'm going to do 2 little clusters of those onto the outer corner of the lower lash line. Moving on to brows, of course, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil. I've been in love with this pencil so much. It's the shade number 5. Just gonna pencil in some faux brow hairs wherever my brows are a little bit on the sparser side. So pretty much just on the tail and like the front of the brow and kind of like towards the upper portion of the arch. And then once I have my desired like shape and everything, I'll go in with my brow setter from Benefit Cosmetics and just run that through the brow hairs as well to make sure they don't move anywhere as I'm going throughout the day wearing my makeup. Definitely had to add an inner corner highlight for this look. I'm using some new highlighters from Vesca Beauty. I'm going to use this to highlight the inner corners as well as the nose. These are the Stargaze Luminous Glow highlighters, and I'm using the shade Wish, and I don't remember the shade name of the other one that I used, but I'll make sure to, again, to put it down below in the description box for you guys. But I love these little highlighters. I like the fact that these highlighters are super small and cute, because I don't know anybody that goes through an entire highlighter. Like, I know for a fact I don't. Like, you really have to like either love a highlighter that much. I don't know, sis, but I don't know anybody that goes through highlighter like that. So I'm glad that it just comes in a really cute small pan. And then right after that, I'm going to add my powder blush. I'm using the Beauty Bakerie Scoops Alizé blush palette, and I'm going to take the orangey shade on the top left corner and just add that to the cheeks as well for my powder blush. Then for the lips, I'm going to start lining using my favorite lip liner combo. So first I'm going to use the NYX Cosmetics Slide On Lip Liner in the shade Intimidate. And then I'll go in with my Melt Cosmetics All Day Everyday Lip Liner in the shade Edible. And then to fill in the lips today, I'm going to use a mixture of two different liquid lipsticks from Melt Cosmetics. I'm first going to use the shade Ginger, which is like a warm, like reddish type of brown. And I'm going to apply that onto the lips first and just blend it into that lip liner. And then I'll go in with their shade Golden and apply that to the center of the lips and just blend that into the lips as well. I use that Ginger shade first because the shade Golden is a really, really light. So I just wanted to make sure that it's not like, you know, crazy light or anything. So kind of like toned it down a little bit. But that's pretty much it for the makeup look, guys. I just went ahead and added some beauty marks using some brown liquid liner, and then I'll go in with some setting sprays. I use a mixture of two, one from Huda Beauty, their Glow Cocoa Face Mist, and then I use the iconic London Prep Set and Glow spray, and that one has like a nice metallic, you know, kind of shimmer to it. So I feel like it gives like the skin like a nice like subtle glow. Then after my setting sprays, I went in with a little bit of Urban Decay's All Nighter setting powder and just kind of touched up any areas that I wanted to just be more on the matte side. So pretty much on the center of the face, so the forehead, a little bit on the nose, and the like cheeks and everything. But that pretty much completes this look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this hair and makeup tutorial. I took some super cute pictures after today. If you guys want to see them, they're on Instagram already. They came out super cute. But that's pretty much it for this hair and makeup tutorial, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and definitely let me know what you guys want to see next as far as like makeup is concerned. Give me color combos, you know, makeup ideas, all that other stuff, and yeah. Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys' suggestions. But thank you again for watching, guys. I love you, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.